haven't been treating it like that.
Yeah.
Well, like
I don't mean to.
No, it's fine. I haven't been treating it like I'm here just to make plays. Like I don't want to talk to you. Because you want to make friends, you want to make relationships, you want your teammates to trust you, and it's cool just to, because it's a whole different group of guys. I was with a group of guys for 5 years, so you get comfortable, and then you get here, and it's like you got to relearn people, which is it's fun, and I feel like I got to take a leadership role. So you have to learn your teammates, learn how they take criticism, learn how you can push them, stuff like that. And at the same time, you just want to make even though it's a year, you want to make lifetime friends. You want to just keep building relationships.
You get here a year early or a semester early before the fall. What do you find yourself doing the most when you're not, I guess, working out or you're not doing spring football yet? So I guess what are some of the things that you're mostly doing?
Right now, this past week, I've been sleeping. It's been pretty tough. But before that, just trying to find new places, favorite places to eat. Just trying to get around, try new food, try new little places that everyone goes to. That's about it, really.
I don't know if you're a big taco guy, but this is my go-to place. I tell everyone. I'm from Norman. I was born there, but La Taquiera on Border Street. It's like a little truck. It's like a little taco truck.
Little truck. Okay. The trucks are the best.
I find any excuse to tell somebody about it. Okay. Anyway, I had to slide that in.
I gotta remember that.
Hey, do you feel a sense of urgency or a chip on the shoulder of some of the guys coming off a down year last year, trying to get back to what this program should be?
Yeah, I mean it's a what is it? Blessing in disguise, I think it is, because like Smitty, whenever someone messes up, he brings up 6 and 7. So it's he's pushing us. Everyone has a sense of urgency because of that. So it's gonna end up being a good thing. But right now it's killing us. But it's fun. It's obviously I wasn't here, so I couldn't imagine how bad they felt, because Oklahoma's known for good records, going to championships and stuff like that. But I think it's getting everybody better. It's getting me better personally, even though I wasn't here. They're just emphasizing we're not doing that again. We have to win games.
It's like DN, right?
Yeah, or just around. Right now DN, but it could be everywhere.
Played 3, I think.
Yeah. I played 3 in 2019, so I'm ready to play whatever.
Yeah. Is there a position that suits you best?
I think personally DN, but I know talking to NFL scouts and stuff like that, I'm more of an inside guy because I'm not 6'5". My arms aren't crazy long, so I guess I like the outside, but inside is probably my best option for the next level, but I'll play wherever.
So as a guy who's got some college football experience under his belt, been around a little bit, you've got the transfer experience under your belt, so to speak. Do you have any lessons to impart to the young guys? There's 14 newcomers here today that are
brand new,
sitting at your feet.
Right.
What can you tell them?
Yeah. I think enjoy it is the biggest thing for me, because sometimes I found myself when I was younger kind of miserable just because I was away from home. Didn't see myself making plays, but then you realize everything's worth it. The hard coaching, they care. That means they care, and it all works out in the end. I think just keep working towards it and enjoy it is kind of the biggest thing for me.
Yeah. Among the guys that you've gotten to work with, the young guys you've gotten to work with, the class of 2023, anybody stand out? Anybody maybe at your position that you've impressed you?
I mean, they all work hard. They're all following the older guys, following the fact that we're not going 6 and 7 again. But my position, PJ's been making a lot of noise. He's a quick guy. He's fast. A lot of the guys. It's just Ashton, Derek. They're all working hard. They're all catching the coach's eye, which I think is a good thing. In a good way.
How much fun is it to play for Coach James so far?
I haven't been around him too much, but he's great. He's part of the reason I came here, and I'm excited to actually start football stuff with him.
Yeah. Coaching stations, does he run those?
We did. We only have one, so I don't think they're here tomorrow either. They might be.
Starting.
Yeah.
Heard the coaching stations are pretty tough from everyone else.
They're tough. They're definitely tough. But
obviously, playing at Wake, pretty familiar with Clemson. You're not going against, their defenses. Obviously, playing in the position. But what sticks out about what you remember from Coach Venables' defense from when he was there?
Just I feel like they dominated people. You get off the field, and the next thing you know, you're right back on the field. even games I wasn't playing, like watching on TV because he was in a lot of championships, and you're just like, what the heck is going on? Like he can't move the ball. So it was cool. It was, like I said, it was cool to see the other side of that when I watched film with him.
Yeah.
But yeah, just dominance kind of, which is what I think is going to be the best part of my game when I get here.
Thank you. It's nice to meet you.
No problem. Nice meeting you.
Here with Wake Forest, now Oklahoma defensive line transfer, Rondell Bothroyd. Is that how you pronounce it? Bothroyd. All right, cool, man. So you and I just talked a little bit during your recruitment through DMs and stuff like that. What's the 24/7?
Right. Yeah.
You know, we're down to, you had like Notre Dame, obviously quarterback went to Notre Dame. I'm assuming a good friend of yours.
Yeah. We talked about it in recruiting.
How close were you to going to potentially Notre Dame or somewhere else?
I mean,
choosing Oklahoma?
it was hard to turn Notre Dame down, obviously. But I just think once I got here, it was a pretty obvious decision. And I didn't visit Notre Dame either, so it's hard when you don't visit somewhere. I had like 4 days to make a choice. So it was tough to turn it down, but
Who all did you visit?
I just went to Auburn here.
Okay. Well, when you got here, like, what sold you on Oklahoma?
I mean, it's a beautiful place, but I think the biggest thing was the coaches, because they didn't do like the big recruiting pitch. Like when I got here, it was just them.
Yeah.
We watched film, we talked. My mom and grandma liked the coaches. They brought us around. They were honest with us, which you could tell it was like a genuine interaction. And I think that was the biggest thing that brought me here.
What are you weighing right now?
Like 270.
270. What's your goal weight heading into the season?
In the season, probably like upwards of high 270s, 280, just so I can play wherever.
Okay. You obviously had a really good career at Wake Forest. When you came here, the scheme, did you kind of feel it fit you the best out of everything?
Yeah, definitely. Because like I played Clemson every year, and you can see Coach Venables, he's a genius, and just his scheme puts people in the right place to make plays. And I think I have what it takes to make those plays and make even more plays that he doesn't plan for you to make.
They play both the 3 and the 4-man front here. Does that bother you at all?
No, I can play whatever. I feel like.
You like them both?
Yeah.
Did you prefer one?
Not really. I feel like versatility gives you the best shot to make a chance in the next league or next level. Sorry.
It seemed like not just the fit, but just you personally. They need some more defensive linemen around here. What was that process like? What was that sell job like for Coach Bates?
Yeah, Coach Bates, Coach Chavis, Coach V too. We watched film. I told you, and they just kept emphasizing like this is a place where you can make plays. The plays you made at Wake, and we can even make more plays just because of. He didn't say this, but you can tell it's just because of like Coach Venables' mindset and how they call it layups. Like they give you lobs and layups to make plays, and if you make them, you make a lot of noise. So
has this transition period been pretty easy, knowing that you're not going through this alone? There's so many of you new guys around here.
No, definitely made it easy. That's part of why I was nervous to really transfer, because you come into a new place, it's like you're a freshman again.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty shy, so it's like, but then you see all these new transfers. It's pretty easy to talk to all of them, and we're kind of getting closer.
I think one of the things that really jumped off the page last year, even through the 6th and 7th season, was how close they were.
Yeah.
Is that something that you noticed immediately?
How close?
Just the team is, the players?
Yeah. You come in the locker room, you can tell right away. They make me feel welcome and make all the transfers feel welcome. So it's definitely a place that I wish I could have seen myself a few years down the road, but I only have 1 year, so I gotta make it worth it.
Anytime that we talk to the transfer portal guys, they always talk about a business decision.
Yeah.
It's a little bit different for you guys as opposed to maybe the freshmen that are getting used to college. What's that process been like? And I guess is it kind of one of those things that I'm just ready for spring ball? Like I'm not here for much of the BS.
That's like when I came to visit. I didn't want to take pictures. It's more of a business.
None of the
decision.
try on the uniform and all that stuff.
It's more like the football stuff. I'm ready to get rolling with the plays, get healthy, and just get my feet wet with the system.
It seems like there is a big group of you transfer portal guys that are going to come in and kind of be expected to make immediate impact.
Yeah, that's what another reason that we're all getting closer and able to bond over the fact that we're going to be expected to make plays.
Do you think you have a leadership voice in the locker room, in the weight room, coming from a different place and being a newcomer here, do you still feel like you have that leadership role?
Oh yeah, I think it's expected. I was a captain at Wake, so definitely have that. I have that in my bag. Obviously, you learn your teammates first. You don't just jump into like a leadership role, but you can lead with your actions. Like I feel like I lead with my actions a lot, just the way you work. But then down the road, I'll try to be that leader, and because I'm old too, so it's like you kind of have to. So yeah.
You've been through a lot of strength and conditioning programs so far. What's been the difference between what you went through at Wake and obviously going through Schmitty and I guess the coaching stations? I mean,
I only went through 2 strength coaches, which they were great. They helped me get healthy all the time. I barely ever had off season. But yeah, Smitty's great. He's fun when he has to be fun. He makes us work when we have to work. And he's serious when he has to be serious. But he's great. You can tell he has genuine interest in getting you better, getting the team better. But yeah, he's great.
your coaching stations? I mean, was that something a little different than what you've been through?
Oh no, we had something like that. So it wasn't too bad for me. It was, don't let him hear that, but it was good work, I think.
You came here obviously to also better your chances to go to the league and things like that. What sold you on Coach Chavis and Coach Bates, and why do you think that coming to Oklahoma is going to help you?
Their track record, obviously, they put D lineman in first round, second round. Their track record was big. Just how they talk football, how they communicated with my mom, my grandma. But I think their track record is probably like the most eye-opening because you don't really hear about stuff like that until you get here and actually see the numbers and see what they've done.
When they try to sell you on playing defensive line at Oklahoma, and what type of cut-ups did they show you as far as maybe who you would potentially replicate as far as position-wise goes?
It was just Clemson. It was just normal film, and it was just like Clemson, a lot of Clemson. Because last year they didn't fully do what they wanted to do, so there was a few clips from last year, but then there was a lot of Clemson, and we were just watching and casually just this is what this had like, and just learning the plays kind of.
Is there a certain level of trust that you have to have with those guys, knowing that you're taking your chance on them to get you to where you want to be?
Yeah, definitely. Because I didn't have to use this last year.
Sure.
I could have tried to go to the league, but it's definitely trust, which is what I felt when I came here. It was like a mutual trust and like honesty kind of thing.
How close were you to just jumping to the league?
I was close, just because I didn't want to do college football again.
Yeah.
But you kind of talk to people, and there's not really a point of not using your last year to try to make your name go higher in the draft. So.
How did that trust get built and pulling you back to decide you wanted to be not just back in college football, but be here and that this was the right place?
Obviously it's still building. It's not fully there, but you could just tell they were genuine people and genuinely wanted me for the player I was. And it wasn't like just come here and then we're not going to talk to you and stuff like that.
When you got in the portal and you were testing it out, trying to see if that's something you wanted to maybe go through or head to the NFL, how quickly did Oklahoma get involved, and at what point did you decide, okay, this is kind of where I want to go take a visit or two?
I didn't have that much time to make a decision or talk to a lot of people, but it was kind of right away. Just they reached out, we texted here and there, and then worked out a visit probably like a week or two later. But then the visit window was really small, so it made everything tough, but it worked out clearly.
What was it like getting recruited?
It was wild. It was a lot more than high school. My phone was blowing up, kind of, which I didn't fully expect. Obviously, I knew I was a good player, but you don't really know how good you are and how good people think you are until this stuff like that happens. But it was cool, but it was also overwhelming. So.
Was there anything like, I wish I knew this when I was 17?
What'd you say?
Was there a lot of stuff like, I wish I knew this when I was 17?
Yeah. Most of it, actually, because you don't really know how to deal with it when you're in high school. And then when you get to college, you know the ins and outs of like how coaches kind of BS you or how programs work, and like you can do your own research, which you don't do in high school ever. So.
How 3 years ago would you have ever thought you'd be looking at transfer?
No, not really. I never really thought of transferring just because I liked Wake, and I was talking earlier. I'm shy, so I don't want to like restart. And I had like a role kind of building up at Wake, so I didn't see myself ever leaving.
It seems like one thing to transfer portal is like a guy who had the choice between the NFL, going in the draft or maybe trying one more year. That seems to be maybe the really positive of the transfer.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean,
because it's like
you talk to other guys about that. I mean,
yeah, it's like you have an option. It's not a do or die kind of thing, which obviously if you enter the draft, you can't really come back. But it's kind of cool to have that option of like you can weigh your options. You can talk to your family. You can talk to agents that have input at other schools and stuff like that. So it's cool. It's cool to have the option.
You know what you can do for Oklahoma, improve that defense.
Right.
What can Oklahoma do for you?
I think just like a lifelong. Coach V talks about it, lifelong relationships. Even though I'll be here for a year, I feel like you can build those relationships. You can get the most out of my performance, get the most out of the person I can be. Like the soul mission, I think that's one of the best parts of this program, and I'm ready to start doing stuff with that. But yeah, I think just getting the best out of me, and me giving my best for them too.
When you thought about coming here, did you look at depth chart, tape, whatever? What attracted you to say, hey, I think I need to go there?
Yeah, most of the normal stuff, the depth chart, games, and then like a little research on Coach V, the D-line coaches, or Chavis and Bates. Yeah, that's most of the research I did. And then I got here and it just felt right.
You obviously had some really good seasons at Wake Forest, but for you here at Oklahoma, one season, you know what you want out of this place, like you just said, but what's your goals individually for this season for you as far as like what you think you need to learn or get better at to up your draft stock, that type of thing?
I think just what every edge interior guy kind of has to get better at. I'm really trying to get healthy, my ankle, because I missed a lot of last year. But I think just pass rushing, because the NFL is a pass rushing league. Getting opportunities to rush on the edge, rush inside, and then just getting more physical at the point of attack. Being able to rip off blocks, make plays that I shouldn't be making, stuff like that.
How many games did you miss last year?
Middle of the year, I had a bad ankle sprain, and then I missed 3, and then tried to play the next 2, and it was pointless. And then I played the bowl game pretty much full, but it was still lingering, so I missed half of the year, kind of.
Where do you feel like you're at right now? You mentioned you haven't had a super long off season before with your past strength and conditioning staffs. Heading into Norman, where are you at?
Hurt.
Yeah, of course. Where do you feel like you're at right now with health and just kind of off season?
It's still lingering, just because it was a pretty bad ankle sprain. But I'm doing all the drills and it's perfectly fine. Just takes a little bit to warm up, which goes back to me being old. But yeah, I think I'm getting there. I think spring ball I'll be able to be full. I just won't be fully explosive. So by the season, hopefully.
How much will it help to kind of be on the field and really take in the scheme as opposed to just watching it on film and just kind of them showing you where you're going to be and then you get to go do it?
That's my favorite part. We do player walkthroughs, and it's just fun to actually step through the plays and not just see it on film or see it in a notebook. So I'm excited for spring ball.
Was there kind of a moment where you knew maybe it was time for you to make the move, or to kind of try and see what other options you had?
Once. To transfer, you say?
Yes.
Yeah, once, I didn't have that long. It was literally 4 days. I could do visits and all that. But I had a lot of the big offers, and I was waiting to see if I got more offers, but you can't let stuff like this pass. So you take the visit, and it just felt right.
What kind of prompted you to, put your name in the transfer portal or
Yeah. I graduated from Wake, so it kind of felt like I was kind of done there. And then I just felt like I needed a market that was kind of bigger known for football, and I think Wake is underlooked, and because they're not seen as a football school, so the stuff we did there, the stuff we built there, was kind of underlooked, and obviously they're building their way up now, which I can hope they continue to do, and I think it was time for me to try to get a big market to put my name higher on draft boards and stuff like that.
Awesome.